Whatnot to eBay, we score the loot. Vintage finds in every pursuit. Tips to cash in, stories so grand. Reselling raiders, rulers of the land. Reselling raiders, treasure we chase. Hathouse fired up, coaching the race. Vintage hat shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream. Oh, tune in, hear the lore. Reselling raiders, always more.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Reselling Raiders, where we talk everything from eBay to whatnot. I'm Hathouse, joined by Coach Porch and Fired Up Finds. Tonight we have a jam-packed show, tons of bolos as always. We're definitely going to talk about what's selling well, and we want to talk about preparing for your whatnot show. We definitely want to dig into that a little bit. Appreciate everybody out there listening all over, and I think we got a spike last week of some new listeners, so we really appreciate them coming on. Some of our most dedicated listeners are from Bloomington, Baton Rouge, Orlando, Elkhart, and the Villages. Really appreciate you guys.
O-Town, hold it down, baby.
Hold it down. And if you're seeing us live right now, make sure you get into the chat. We'll definitely have a giveaway. Going to do a hat shaper this week. It's my turn for the giveaway. So if you're a member of the channel, you can always join by hitting the down below, the bio down below. You can go there and become a member, and you'll be in the giveaway every single week. And we're going to do a hat shaper this week. What did we do? What did we do last week? What did you have, Mike?
It was your choice of a shirt or a hat because I was at home.
Oh yeah.
So, an XL T-shirt was what was chose.
Yeah,
Nice.
we always do something vintage usually, or something cool like a hat shaper. So you never know. Get in the chat, drop us your questions. We definitely got a question from Quirky Quest Treasures this week I want to get to because it was a really good question. And always, we're ad-free on YouTube if you want to check us out on YouTube for the latest shows. But we still got to pay the bills, and I think Coach is going to do that for us this week.
I think I will. Let me jump right on this ad read from our sponsor tonight. Hey, before we raid another dusty attic in search of priceless Beanie Babies and questionably sticky Power Rangers, we must stop to honor our brave sponsor, the Flying J Travel Centers. Come on, everybody. That's right. While Indy had a trusty whip and a map to lost treasures, we've got the Flying J. Whether you're chasing grail-shaped Tupperware, dodging booby-trapped garage sales, or just need a bathroom cleaner than the Temple of Doom, Flying J has you covered. Fuel for the truck? Check. Snacks that look suspiciously like ancient artifacts? That's a double check. Fresh cup of coffee strong enough to make you think you can outbid that guy with a mullet on whatnot? Absolutely. Next time you're on the road, remember, treasures aren't just in the thrift shops. They're also at Flying J Travel Centers, where every pit stop feels like discovering a new relic. Except this relic comes with beef jerky. Now back to the show where we dig through garages like archaeologists with a PayPal account.
Thank you, Flying J.
Flying J.
Holding it down.
One of the OGs of the travel center game, you know?
Yeah, we don't have many of them here. Ours is mainly like Loves is the big one that's kind of like Flying J around here. It's usually pretty dirty. It's not my favorite place.
Lot lizards, the whole nine.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Go there, get you some beef jerky, get you a little gum down, you know?
Yeah. The J girls. That's what we call them, Flying J. The Fly Girls.
Yeah, he said that's what we call them. You know what I mean?
Hey, we are the Flying J team here, Kai.
Yes.
They're our sponsor this week.
Thank you, Flying J.
If you need more Lot Lizard talk, make sure you check out next week's episode because it's already been taped.
Yeah, dude.
And Mike Might go even a little further. It was pretty risque episode. I'm not gonna lie. So
We kind of went a little hard in that one.
It's
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, maybe
2
2
weeks.
weeks from now.
Yeah, we're here next week. We're here next week.
We're here next week, but we're having to tape a couple because Rob's going to be gone to Japan
Tokyo.
for a couple
The
of weeks.
the land of the free
Land of the rising sun.
Land of the rising sun. Okay.
There you go. We're the home of the free and the brave.
Okay. Well, I was getting there. You did. I was going to make my way.
I think that little red burn on your head is affecting you right now.
Yeah, dude. I think I lost a brain cell or two.
I don't think you've shown everybody yet. What did we do?
Oh, dude, boys.
Shave that head.
Did you?
1 second. I can't hear you. I'm back.
Are you going to polish it? Dude.
Yeah, well, the thing is what I've noticed, and this is a very, very sad thing, is that, and it might be like this for everybody, but my hair actually grows pretty fast. So, like, my hair line is not great, right? But the hair that I do have actually grows pretty quick. So, I just shaved that like on Saturday, and it's Wednesday, and there's already like, hair.
Yeah, mine does the same thing, man. It's like, haircut? Did you just get one like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, and I have not perfected the shaving the back of my head portion of this. Like everything to like here, I'm good. I can get it. The back though.
You gotta get one of those little things that they hold, the razors that they hold in their palm of their hand, and they just do this.
Yeah, that is one of my next Amazon purchases.
Yeah, we definitely need a sponsor. We could definitely have a sponsor, a head shaving sponsor.
Yeah.
That would be good for our demographic. I feel like half of our people out there are probably bald or going bald that listen to us. I've looked at the demographics.
Yeah. Usually that's also like, at least partially why we wear hats. Like there's definitely dudes with freaking beautiful hairlines, thick, luscious hair that wear hats, don't get me wrong. But, at least north of 50% don't have great hair. So
some of us
I decided the other day that it's just time to call it quits, you know what I mean? So I'm happy that both of you and anybody else that was here the last couple months of this pod was here during my final moments of having hair, because on my word, I will never have hair ever again.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I mean, like, it's like once you go bald, you never go back, right?
Yep.
You just can't.
Yeah.
Because there'll be like some weird phase there that you just can't get over.
I can't deal with it.
Wait, exactly. Time out here. Worst day at bald for the wedding?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, 100%. Amanda's already
You'll be toned by then.
Yeah. That's why I purposely didn't wear my hat at training today, so I could get like a good base layer,
burn.
Sun on it. You know what I mean? Got to get a good little burn, then it'll kind of start matching the rest of my skin tone. So, yeah.
So the rest of you is burned?
For the most part.
Maybe we could get a toupee sponsor too, or something like that.
Dude,
you could go.
I'll call my boy Donald Trump, dude, and see like what, and see who he's been contacting the last couple of decades.
You need to pick. You need to pick.
We need a good sponsor.
Don't you see one around the flea every now and then? I'm sure you could pick up they sell wigs sell pretty good. I think so, some of them that are made like with real hair, they have a good selling price on them.
I'm telling you right now, if we do a pod and I got a full head of hair, dude, you both mind your business. Okay.
Yeah. We need
your business.
I need you to show up to every week with a different wig. That's what we need.
You got to have a Joe Dirt wig.
Sounds expensive.
Theo Von wig. I think they're kind of similar, but I think you could definitely, and you could have a Trump wig.
Yeah,
then
I
you
could
can
rock
go
some
with
stuff.
The pink spiked hair. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I need you you got it. That is your mission on this pod, is to have a different wig every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna need us to pitch into the wig fund though.
No, you just
Because,
gotta. You can
Get
find
it
them
from
at
the flea
flea.
market.
yeah,
They
you
gotta
know,
be there at the flea.
there's a couple things in the world that I'm not gonna be okay finding at the flea. Bed sheets or any bedding period, mattresses, and any wigs. Wigs and dude, how do you even wash those things, dude? You know what I
Just
mean?
some Dawn in the sink. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Lay it out in the sun.
Yeah.
I like
Dry
it
it on
actually.
delicate. Dry it on delicate.
Oh, ugh. God.
Put it in a wig bag.
I'm gonna
Like,
come back with
like your-
cornrows, dude. I'm gonna come back with a freaking weave, dude.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
I gotta get Mike a wig.
dude, Amanda's gonna win a giveaway of Rob's, and he's just gonna send me a wig, dude.
No.
Hey, Rob,
I'm
you
gonna
probably
make
have,
it, no.
honestly, truly, you probably have one laying around there.
Here we go. I got it right here. Light brown? Are we to go with light? No, we got to go with gold. I need Michael in the gold. Don't even look at the price. Here's the wig.
Don't even look at the price.
There it is.
That is fresh,
That-
actually.
That is. When I
gotta-
think
that
of
is
Mike, I think of that.
That is loaded
That is-
in my cart right now with Mike's address on it.
That is super fresh. Hey, I did want to say, did you guys? This doesn't necessarily have to do with the entire theme of the pod, but did you guys see?
We're 10 minutes in and haven't talked about anything besides.
Yeah, it's all right. We can freestyle. But did you guys see the new Meta glasses?
Yes.
I have. Yeah. They look
What do you
pretty
guys think
sweet.
about them?
I would.
Now they're $800. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah,
I would
my,
have to have my prescription.
yeah, my thought was I would need the prescription and then possibly the fade to black. But
yeah,
I
the
mean,
transition lenses.
cost prohibitive. You know, it's just not where I want to be right now.
Yeah,
800 is a little high. That's about where GoPro started, and then it came down a little bit. I think.
yeah.
try to
Yeah,
get
I mean,
the-
they're still new on the market and everything. I mean, now
I saw.
I will
one
say-
of,
for your adventures where you like to drive from store to store, they would rock.
yeah.
What's the
Yeah, 'cause
battery
I-
life like though?
Well,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be pretty good as long as you're not recording like the whole time. I guess like you
If you're
basically
just streaming?
from. Well, no, like no, because you can't even stream on them. Like and like I just watched a video about them from one of the tech guys, and it has applications on them, but they're only like Facebook owned. So like if you wanted to text somebody, it's through WhatsApp. If you wanted to
Oh,
video
so it's
call
like
through WhatsApp.
proprietary stuff then?
You know what I mean? And like there's a Google Maps on there, but it's a Meta Maps, you know what I mean? So it's it doesn't interface with like all of the applications that you would get on your iPhone or your Android. And so
Come
you
on
know what
now,
I mean?
eight bills. I better have
Yeah.
more shit than that.
But I have been a couple of my buddies have like the Meta Ray-Bans, just like not the brand new ones that they just came out with, like with the little heads-up display type of deal, but just the other ones. And those are like $200 or $300 somewhere in that range. And they if you were the biggest problem is you can only record for 5 minutes and then you have to like record again. And they said if from full charge to dead, you can get about an hour of footage.
That's not bad.
But they did say the cool part was they did say that when you put them in the case, it literally takes 10 minutes for them to charge.
From the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they said that they charge up super fast. But
Nice.
I wish that the video recording was a little bit longer. Like I like having to say to record this every 5 minutes is like I get kind of a little bit annoying, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to cut it at the end.
Yeah.
Anyways. I've found it easier to do whenever we're recording something. If we hit pause and then hit start again, and then it makes it a lot easier once you get to editing. I think, but and you don't have all that time in between that you're not sure if you cut something out.
The dead space. That's how I do my my preview videos. I just pause it.
Yeah.
But don't
Yeah,
go
because I
back
think
through
that's
it.
like a good way to kind of get into the content creation part of this game without having to, you know, make it as obvious, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, a GoPro is just a pain in the ass too. It's
Yeah.
just it's not easy.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's just like a very, like, it's just like a very obvious thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I was like, maybe, yeah. So anyway, I've been looking at those. So I looked up the new ones. The new ones are thicker. The frames on them are a little thicker. So they, I'm not a glasses guy. Like, I don't even wear sunglasses. So, I mean, unless I'm fishing, that's the only time that I wear sunglasses. So, I can think
I'm surprised you don't have a GoPro.
I do. I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I just.
So why didn't you use that when you went around?
Because I just.
You can't stream from it on whatnot.
Yeah.
With a GoPro, you can?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, you would have.
Would you have to do the OBS? Would you have to do the OBS then and choose the GoPro as your device?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what last time I did go live on whatnot. I was talking about the YouTube thing, and it was
I got this one.
Yeah.
With the little screen on it and shit.
Donnie made it.
Donnie!
It was super easy to go live on YouTube, though. All you had to do was hit go live there and sign into your account, and automatically I was live on YouTube and whatnot at the same time. And that's how you. And what I'm thinking is, like, when I do whatnot, like on the raid train, and I'm selling stuff really good, I think I can make some better content that way, and on the things that I'm selling, and then be able to, since it's recorded, I can download it then, and then cut that up nice and make like better shorts on what things sold for. Like you could put how much is sold for while you're auctioning it off and talking about it, and I think those would make good content. Because that's who I asked you about. I didn't ever hit him up, but Hit Him Far Golf isn't that who I asked you about?
Yeah.
He has some cool videos on TikTok that he's doing whatnot, and it's showing how much the price is going up on his on the content that he's making. It shows how much this Scotty Cameron sold for and how good of a deal everybody got. And it was a really cool piece of content that he did, and I was wondering how he did it. And I am assuming that he uses that to download that video. So
yeah,
I think
dual streaming it or whatever onto his YouTube channel or whatever, and then
repurposing the content later and cutting it up into shorts. Mike's here too.
MJG.
We got Donnie, we got Mike, we got Quirky Quest Treasures. Let's get to Quirky's question really fast. It did have to do with eBay. He said, what is the best way to promote your site on eBay? I find that when you promote a campaign using clicks on promoted listing, it can cost a lot if you didn't get a sale from that click. Yes, never use pay-per-click on eBay. It is a complete ripoff. If the only time that you would ever want to use pay-per-click, in my opinion, is if you had like hundreds of an item, and you could actually kind of leverage those clicks and people coming back and selling that same item over and over again, because it's really going to add up. If you only have one item and you get up to like spending $5 or $6 or $10 on clicks on that one item, your margin's probably gone on that item anyways. So definitely don't use the pay-per-click unless you got quantity of it. The best thing to do is just do the regular promoted listings by percentage, and then try to find the percentage that you really want to do. So have y'all ever tried the pay-per-click?
Nope.
Never.
Yeah.
I don't like giving money away.
Right.
Never.
I've tested it here and there, and it has never worked for me. I even tested it as far as like to do new era hats, and I wanted to promote all of my 7.5s. And so I put that as like a keyword, or as was 7.5 new era. And so it would just show to people that started searching for 7.5s, and it didn't work. And whether it's just if I just did Oklahoma hats too, it will always cost so much more. And I've done it on multi items too, and I still wouldn't do it. I've done it on the earbuds that I have like 50 of the same earbud on, and I cannot get it. So I don't know.
I think the best way to promote your store, to be honest, is just to do the percentage. Like, I don't think, I mean, you could do Facebook ads or, something along those lines, but by the time you convert people, even to even on a Facebook ad campaign that is showcasing your store in a way, I don't think anything is going to get the bang for the buck like a promoted listing is going to get. Like I said, I do everything from a 0% sell-through rate to a 10 million% sell-through rate at 5%. So I think Steven does a little bit higher. I don't think Rob does that at all.
No, I don't have enough stuff in there to warrant it yet. So
yeah. So
maybe
I
when
know
I get more
2%
loaded
is a
up.
really popular one. 2 to 3% is if you go and take a deep dive on YouTube, you're probably gonna find that a vast majority of those people, at least all the ones that I've ever watched, say 2 to 3%. At least back when I first started, and I was like watching a lot of that style video. So that might be a good place to start. But I've always had success at 5%. It also depends on your category too, right? So Steven's in a saturated category, not necessarily with the headphones, but with the hats. So his ad rate is probably going to go up from there,
Yeah, I'm usually between 9 and 12%.
Yeah.
And I usually use the dynamic rate. So every once in a while I can catch a break, and it's only 9% instead of 12. But and it just depends on how immunity. You just have to play with it.
Yep. Yeah. If you're one of the everything sellers, I think you can tailor it much more to the specific item that you're listing.
Yeah.
Not you. It's you can just tailor it more if you go out and get a haul of 30 things. You don't have to blanket all 30 things with 5% or whatever. If you're dropping a TI 84 plus up there, you probably don't need anything. And so, and then on the flip side of that coin, if you got a vintage T-shirt, then that one might be 6, 7, 8%, whatever. So, I would say if you just went and looked at the sell-through rate of every item that you're going to list, and the closer that those two numbers are together, the lower your ad rate, you can get away with. The further apart those numbers are, you're probably going to have to up your ad rate a little bit to try to overcompensate for some of the lack of sell-through rate.
Yeah,
Right.
and LWB has made a good point on this topic when we've talked about it in the past, and I don't know that it works, but he promotes but also raises his price to cover the promotion that he's spending on it.
That was exactly what I was going to say. The one thing you got to make sure you do is you cover that expense with your cost of goods.
And so if you're firm on the price and you don't plan on taking much less for it, I mean, you can ask a little bit more for the item. Will it take longer? Then it will take longer to sell, probably.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's
a balancing act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is that
find
you
that happy
shouldn't.
medium.
And I'm like, this has nothing to do with LWB. Like, if that works for him, then more power to him. But you should not be sourcing items, right? That 5% is gonna matter that much to you. That's how I look at it. I look at it as if I'm buying an item and I'm selling it for whatever the price is. If I took 5% less money on that sales price, that should be virtually irrelevant to the amount of money that I paid for it. Because if those two numbers are super close, then your cost, unless you're talking about,
well, I think that's what
multi-$1,000 items. You know what I mean?
I think that's what we were just saying there. You got to make sure that your cost of goods and your sale price can absorb whatever percentage you pick.
Yeah, but I guess my point was to raise the price of to raise your sales price to overcompensate for whatever percentage you're going to promote at, in my opinion, shouldn't matter, because your margin should be so great that
Well, not every
you
margin
should be able to keep.
Not every margin is that way. You know that.
But I mean,
Not
you got to
every
think about
margin's
this:
that way.
a $5 buy-in for a $35 item, right? Is 5% of that $35 item really going to matter that much?
But not everybody has
or
that,
an
right?
extra 5%. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Would you pay an extra $1.50 to get it sold today?
Yes. Why?
I would.
1,000,000%. Dude, I would pay an extra $5 to get it sold today. I would pay an extra $10 to get it sold today. I know, but I'm being dead serious. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, because
you might need to go to 15% then.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe. But it's just one of those things where it's like, if you're looking at things and they're 6, 7, 8x what you paid for them, then you should, like, for us, dude, we promote at 5% and we undercut the market by 20%. You know what I mean? So it's like we're hitting it from both angles, because you're getting things at $3 that are worth 35 or 40. So like, I have no problem listing it at $30.
Like, you got to remember, we're not everybody, and everybody doesn't have the same margin that we're working with. There's a lot of people out there that don't have a 5x margin or a 6x. They're looking at 2 to 3, trying to double and triple their money. And a 5% bump on something like that may affect them a little bit. So maybe if they buy this item for $5 and say, hey, I initially want to list it for 10, but now I'm not moving it, so I want to promote it. Do they add a couple dollars, make it a $12 item, and then promote it just to cover that promotion? They're still at their double their money if they sell it. And we all know eBay's going to eat part of that, and then they're probably going to take an offer, which is going to eat more of it. So people that are in that range trying to move a lot of stuff, a lot of little things, don't have that ability to just shit 5% away.
Yeah, I would tell
that's
you
what we were talking about. You need to move it up a little bit, and not everybody can just go out to a flea market and buy the best shit there is.
I would tell you that if you are having, and this is as nice as I can say this, if you are having that issue, do better sourcing. That's just like that. It's that plain and simple. Like, if you're looking at just doubling your money from an eBay sale or whatnot, it's totally different. We're a totally different world. If you're talking about doubling your, dude, like under $50 buy-in price on eBay, you got to do better. Like, there is no, like, there's just no excuse. Like, if you're buying a $25 item that sells for 50, you got to do better than that. If you're buying a $50 item that sells for 100, now we're talking, okay, we can kind of get into that double up game. But if you're not looking for items that are bare minimum, I'm talking bare minimum 3x your money on no more on no less than $10 buy-in price, you're completely doing this wrong.
Yeah, to sell on eBay, I would agree. You can't buy stuff to double your money, because I mean, double your money really, like Quirky, he asked, we still have to pay eBay 13%, right? Yes. And so if you promote it 10%, you really are talking about 20 to 25% is what you're talking about. And so taking 25% off of $100 sale, that's $25. And if you bought it for 50, I mean, you're taking $25. And that's if you have to pay shipping, and then that's another $10. You're making $15 on your $50 that you bought it for. And so and then if you have any negotiation in there, if you take it down to 90, the percentages will change a little bit, but you don't have much wiggle room once you get to that.
Yeah.
Once you're just trying to double your money.
Maximum wiggle room. Max.
Yeah.
Like, you want it, like, this is just my philosophy. It's not right, or it's not for everybody, but my philosophy is, like, I want to have items up there for $300 that if somebody offers me $200 or $150 and it's been there for 6 months, that I know that I paid a couple bucks for this thing. You know what I mean? And so like, dude, sure, no problem. Like, I'll take that all day. You know what I mean? Like, you do
Yeah.
not want to be it unless the sell-throughs are so great. You know what I mean? Like there's no problem paying a lot of money for stuff that also sells for a lot of money if it sells quick. But you don't want to have your money tied, especially a lot of money tied up into a bunch of inventory that takes months and months and months on end to sell. You know what I mean? And so like like if Steven ran his business at just wanting to double his money, he's already said his cost of goods are somewhere around $2.50. So like by the time it's a $5 sale rolls around and then you're tacking on 10% for a promotion fee and another 13% for this, that's a losing strategy. You know what I mean? And so like
Yeah.
Working we all are.
even on all of his low end stuff, there's still his low end stuff is still 10, 12, 15 bucks on the very low end, and a buy-in cost it's still 250. You know what I mean? So like after all the fees are done, is he gonna make life-changing money from one sale? No, of course not. But he's never gonna lose. You know what I mean? So that's the thing too, Corky, is like I don't know how long you've been doing this, and won't pretend like I've been doing this forever, but these are the steps that you will naturally go through. You know what I mean? You will find your groove on how much to pay for things and what the margin. Like I always look at multipliers unless we're talking about bigger money. So if it's a $5 investment, I want a $30 sales price. You know what I mean? Like that's how I always look at multipliers until you start getting into, $20, $50 items, $100 items, then those multipliers can decrease a little bit because the amount is so much more. But double ups, just get that out of your mind. You have to look at things that will sell for 5, 6x your initial buy-in price, and then all of that other stuff, the promoteds, the taking offers, all of that will, you won't have to worry about it because it'll be so minuscule.
Yeah. 5 into 30 is about the minimum, especially like if I'm buying on Whatnot.
Yeah.
If I'm sourcing online, I mean, I'm not going to buy anything that I think is going to sell between $10 and $15, and I'm getting it for 5.
No, absolutely not. No, and even furthermore, when you look an item up, you don't even have to go to the sales stuff. If you see the first page of listings and they're like 10 to like 17 bucks, dude, go on to the next thing. It's not worth your time. And if that is what's worth your time, then you just got to change up a little bit because you're going to be putting a shit ton of time.
How do you look this up, Mike? Is that Google Lens, maybe?
Yeah, dude, Lens it. Yeah, Lens it.
We might need to circle back around to what our
Google Lens, dude.
Google Lens it.
Yeah. So it's just dude, it's all learning, dude. Like, don't even. I tell Amanda's mom because she's, new. I'm like, don't put pressure on yourself. Like, just, it's okay to like make a mistake, take a lick. Like, it's fine. So,
it's an option, Mike. If you're trying to unload some stuff, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
but that's another thing. Just like what Rob said, is that some people don't have. Like, I forget where Mike lives. Like, even though I've shipped him a million packages. But not everywhere has a flea market. And so yard sale them or things of that nature.
And that's cash money, and cash money is the margin is better than the 25% fee.
Yeah, you're just paying your table fee there. Then nobody's taking a percentage, and Mike's in upstate New York.
Was,
yeah, and taking something for $2 into $10 is and just cash and making that $8, it may be what you would get if you're taking something from $2 to 15 or 20. I mean, after you pay all the fees and the shipping and everything. So
yes, that's no, that's a good one though, because that's like a lot of people. And that's the thing too, is that a lot of people look at even on our bolos, like, actually maybe I should just do better at this, but everybody watches YouTube videos and then like they'll see this pod and the bolos and shit, and they'll be like, oh man, like this thing sold for like $80. You know what I mean? Or like on every YouTube video, every time somebody picks up a t-shirt at the, at the Goodwill racks or whatever, and they're like, they put up a comp and it's $100, But like you got to go down, like you got to look like, okay, what is actually being deposited in my account from that, Because sometimes those numbers aren't like that close together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, guys, if you're wondering, Darren, welcome in. You're wondering why Donnie and Darren have these cool icons and beautiful green, is because they are part of our support team. They are our subscribers, and two of the guys that will always get a extra spot on the wheel of you have the giveaway.
Yeah.
Giveaways. I'm reaching down to pick up the
Darren, don't miss the recorded ones, because you might you might have already won something and you didn't even know it, because we had to record a couple of podcasts, and whoever was members, they were the only ones we got to draw from. So
and I will tell you that competition was light, boys. So you guys have some really good opportunities to
I mean, if you guys want to jump on, we got another one we got to record, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll probably do it next week. So sometimes if you want to grab a subscription before them, you'll get on the wheel.
And I'm saying, dude, it's $1.99, right? Everything that we give away, I don't think not a single thing has been sub $20.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
What can you buy for $1.99 anymore?
Nothing. You can't even buy a McDouble.
No.
Shoot, maybe. You can't even get one of those RC colas out of the daggum Walmart little vending machines. You know?
It's like somebody offers me $5 for a hat, and I'm like, you can't even buy a coffee for that, bro.
Yeah.
You can give me 8 or 10. It won't hurt you.
In sales doing the vintage shows and festivals. I will say I just started following freaking Donnie on Instagram, and he has
his
a great
setup
Instagram.
Is sick, right?
Yeah, he has a great Instagram.
His setup
he's a guy that is if you guys like the stuff that we like, Donnie has a really good Instagram. Yeah,
I wish Donnie, you might have to tell me, where did you I haven't taken the time to like look up and see who they are around here that might put them on. It seems like I don't really ever see them that much. And if are you traveling much to get to all these places? You just might have a better area than I have. I mean,
have you ever tried to look up vintage markets like in your like on Facebook and stuff?
Is that where you go, Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, I never knew about them at all until really until I started this.
Yeah, chances are they have a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And what are you paying, like $20 to $50 for a spot for the day? I would assume
not more than an hour travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the price definitely probably depends on how large the market is, right? But
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, and a lot of, at least out here in Florida, a lot of them are like fun too. They'll have about 50
for the day. 50 day, yeah.
Yeah. So like a lot of them out here will have like actual events. It'll be like a concert event, but before that event, there'll be a big food trucks and arts and crafts, and there'll be people there selling vintage T-shirts and
man. If you can get hooked onto one with a couple food trucks, you're in like Flynn, man. I mean, everybody loves a Saturday or a Sunday shopping and eating from food
Brandon trucks. who is normally in the chat, he cleans up in North Florida. He's got a town that he lives in just north of Jacksonville, and he's like, basically one of the guy, like the only guys kind of like in that town that has like really good old Jag stuff or whatever. And dude, he'll go there and make like a lot. So yeah, they're sweet. They're definitely sweet.
Might have to look into it.
A lot, he says, a lot.
Because I did do like we have a little kind of a little shop here, that one of those little consignment shops that have booths in it. I did that for about a year, and it was terrible in this town. And
Oh, is that the one that kind where you just put your stuff in there
Yeah.
and then like
Almost like an antique mall type of like
Yeah.
vibe or whatever. Yeah.
That was no bueno. I don't think it really had the
Okay.
customer base that I need, or the type of customer that would want a hat. But
yeah,
Yeah.
he needs some hip.
Did you guys have a good week of sales or like the last handful of days?
mine's been terrible still,
Yeah.
because I went like almost 2 weeks without listing hardly anything since Mary was down, and it just, I don't know, the listing's bad. But
Yeah. We've been listing the same amount like the last 2 days. Well, like the weekend was a normal weekend. Getting off like 20-ish items, like I think a little bit more, but and then like Monday and Tuesday and today, dog. And I'm like, golly, dude. I'm like, these freaking, I'm like, they, and like we've been freaking murdering it, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Since a couple months ago when we had the pod, when Amanda and I like combined our stores, and it was like real rocky for like that first couple weeks or whatever. And
yeah,
then just blasted off, dude. And then it's been like riding high, and like we've had virtually no dips. And yeah, the last couple of days though have not been sweet. We're on a ramen noodle diet right now.
take it to 10% for the weekend.
Yeah, I know.
See
I'm
how
about
that
to.
goes.
I'm about
Yeah,
to
come
freaking
on, give
bump
up that
everything to
cash.
10%.
Yeah,
Get off your wallet.
you only spent $2 on it.
I mean, dude, that's what I'm saying is I could sell everything at 10% promoted and literally almost not notice a difference because
I'm going to give you
because all the margins are good.
$150. Look, I'm going to offer you $150 for everything. You said you
That's a
take
no
it.
for me. That's a no for me, dog.
Trying to catch you on the moment.
Well, yeah, no, you give me $150 for each item. That works out
Yeah.
good.
We're
The whole
kind of,
store.
if you do a lot of apparel and you have a lot of clothing, we're kind of in a weird period too, because the season hasn't changed
Yeah.
really. It's been really mild, and you're really waiting on the season to change for it to get cold out there, and then it'll
Yeah, you
pick
kind of
back
haven't
up.
even gotten that little nip of fall yet. I mean, it's just like cool in the morning and hot again in the afternoon.
Yeah. So if you're doing a lot of clothing, you'll notice it spike once we finally get some colder temperatures. All right, let's get to. We were talking about Whatnot a little bit, and we've got the huge raid train on Thursday and Friday. So if you guys are listening to this and need a place to buy some cool hats, make sure you hit the raid train Thursday and Friday.
That's the
Tons of-
25th and 26th, September 25th, 26th.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get this podcast out there either after we get done here or first thing in the morning. So
Here's us.
we're on Thursday. Check
Yeah.
that out. There will be some deals to be had. I know Mike is thinking about starting everything at $1.
I'm not thinking about it. I am doing it.
Starting stuff at $1.
I don't give a rip, dude.
Donnie is going at, what did I say? Donnie's, for our little group right here, Donnie's going to kick us off at 7:15. These are all Eastern time. Then Mike is going to go at 8 o'clock. I'm at 8:45. Yours truly there, Steven, is going to be at 9:30 p.m. And we are going bang to bang to bang to bang. I'm going to speak on behalf of Donnie and Fired Up in Hathouse. And I think literally you got 4 shows worth of just stellar shit to buy from.
It's going to be good. I was thinking, I think we talk about it. We've talked about it before, but I don't think I'm never going to do a show that is not like this again. I'm only going to start things at $1 or $3, let it rip and go on. And I think I will only do this raid train and probably think similar to that. Do you think Collab does a great job putting it all together? I think he should charge. Maybe
Hey,
I think he should charge everybody $10. I think he should. I always give him a tip.
Yeah, I always give him $10.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think you should. I think you should charge for it. And I think. Do you think that's a bad idea?
I don't know how you could do that because it's not his platform.
Yeah, but it's almost like a vendor spot. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
Like, in
but
a way.
it's kind of.
You think that breaks
uh,
terms of service?
I
No,
think it,
because no,
well,
because Faded Show does. They all
Right.
charge. They charge like, dude, it's like 250 for what is it? 250 for 30 minutes and 400 for an hour or something like that to co-host. You know, so I mean, they've been on there for freaking ever.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I mean,
I'm not trying to guilt anybody, Donnie. I'm just thinking out loud here.
What's I mean, let's look at who's bringing what to the party, though.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely not want to. You wouldn't want to if it was charged. You wouldn't want to pay. Say we'll just say $10 and then just bring some freaking dog shit. You know what I mean? You'd want to bring out your best shit. So, and it's also like, you'd have to, because the
It's almost
viewership comes from the community. It comes from basically everybody. You know what I mean? Versus
Right.
on the flip side of that coin, somebody like Faded Show, they are the view. Like their account specifically is what garners the views. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So
talking about.
yeah,
But you're basically paying for somebody to take the time to organize it and get everybody set and answer any questions or whatever it may be. I'm sure there is time that goes into taking
And I
care
think
of it.
that's where, as a part of the raid train, I think that is actually where our actual responsibility to tip the man comes from. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a if or an or. It's a the man has put in this much time and effort to pull all these people together and just do just what you said, Stephen, to organize the whole thing, get it all set up, and then answer all the questions up into, even with the shout out he did today to, pat everybody on the butt and remind everybody what's going on starting tomorrow. That is, I believe that's what makes a responsibility for us to tip him
yeah.
for his effort and his time.
I was actually going to do a little different thing this tomorrow night and actually load in like a support piece for him. Right? You know what I mean? So like, and like it not be like one of the it ain't gonna be like one of the crazy hats, but like it won't be one of the worst ones either. It'd be like one of the ones that are kind of somewhere in the middle. And
Oh,
then
so
just
you're talking
whatever that's
about running
bidded up
this
to.
hat and then
Yeah, and
giving-
then just whatever that's bidded up to, that's what he gets.
that's a good
you know?
idea too.
And then, like, to be honest, like, say it goes for $1, dude, then I'm gonna give him $10 regardless. But
Yeah.
if it goes up to 25, then he gets 25.
I get what you're saying there, but I quite honestly, I think it's probably easier just to tip the man because we all know that tips are not touched by whatnot. So it's
Tax-free.
straight money.
Yeah.
And I think what you're planning to do is very noble, but I think it's really going to interrupt the flow of your show.
The flow of my show.
Yeah. I think if you're rocking and rolling and then you do this one hat and say, this is for our guy collab, whatever this gets. I mean, unless you don't announce it and just rock with it.
I was thinking just doing it like I was thinking about doing it the second to last. Like the second to last hat. And then just being like, hey, this is the collab support piece. You know what I mean? And just make sure, like, I mean, dude, to be honest with you, I got 70 like pretty freaking good. Hey, there's like 30 really good hats. There's like 10 really, really, really good hats. And then, there's a lot of other like just like above average on the good scale. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like wild shit that I have that I just have been hoarding.
I get you.
So,
I think
you do you, Mike.
What I need is Steven's sewing machine so I can sew on a new snap for a freaking 49er single line script that I just got yesterday or 2 days ago. It's 100% wool, dude.
Just send them to me, and I if you send them to me, I'll get them done, and I'll get the ones done I need to do too, because then I'll have pressure to get that done. So then I'll get mine done.
I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it in time. So I'm like tomorrow, I'm like, do I run this like it's like a super good hat, obviously, and I'm like, do I run it with broken snaps?
Oh well, there you go.
Or you know,
That reminds me.
APOC, that's what I'm talking about, and that's how I started, and that's how it's easy to do. Just buying lots on eBay. I get the question all the time: how do I get started? Where do I find stuff? And that is really where I started. And then that's when you start figuring out this is where it comes from. This person is posting lots every single week. They obviously have a ton of hats, and then your relationship with that person can just go from there. Sorry,
I do
I
have a
didn't mean
question for I don't know how to say that.
I just call him APOC. Looks like
APOC. I do have a question. When you're looking for hat lots to buy on eBay specifically to flip, is there like, are you just looking at, say, sports hats or say golf hats, or are you like just
your question right there?
what does it say? Oh,
I do weird searches like old, bulk, or getting rid of.
Yeah, some kind of like off the cuff ones.
He's
Like
looking
getting rid of is one that I
motivated
wouldn't
seller.
have never thought of. Yeah.
It's like real estate. He's looking for a motivated seller.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. That's interesting. That's actually cool. I bought a number of hat lots as well, but there's just a lot of you get a couple good ones, and then there's a lot of kind of other ones. But stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's genius. There's people that run entire flip hustles just by buying things that are inaccurately listed because they're getting them for super cheap, and they know that they're about to be able to resell for a lot.
There's another genre of those buyers that I am convinced that buy stuff that is listed inaccurate just so they can say they want to return it and try to get their money back for it too. I'm convinced those people are out there too.
Hey, you just unlocked.
After 53,000 sales, I've found you. I know you. I know. I'm not saying it's you, APOC. I'm not saying that. I just went off on a kind of a tangent there. It wasn't directed towards you, but
hey, we just unlocked something deep down inside Steven that was pissed off, dude. Oh, that's literally so funny.
It's face turn. His face turn.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Matter of fact,
it's APOC that's been doing it to me.
Do you guys remember the right before that? So the bowl broke, right? The freaking Grail bowl that I sold, right? Remember me telling you guys it broke in the mail and so on, right? So we ended up coming to an agreement. Like I said, we didn't insure it, dumb move, the whole nine, right? So I got $100 from the post office, and the lady it obviously wants her money back as she should. And I just told her, I said, hey, I do want it back though. I was like, I'll pay for the return shipping. I do want it back because it wasn't completely shattered. So I'm thinking there's maybe somebody can fix it. Maybe somebody can use it in another way. And she's like, well, I still want to keep it, and I'm like, all right, well, we're going to have to come to some kind of agreement on.
But you're not keeping it for free.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I basically kept $100 of her money and refunded her the rest. So we were still up $200 total on the thing. So it didn't all end up horrible. It wasn't the $450 whatever that it sold for, but 200 is still a lot better than zero. So I was happy with that.
It is true.
And do you guys remember a couple weeks ago I showed you guys the pool Q case?
Yes.
Was that? Yeah, that was one of the bowls. The guy gets it and he goes, "This ain't leather. I want my money back." And I'm like,
"Is it leather?"
I'm like, dude, first of all, it's old as shit and it's leather. And I was like, if you want your money back, send it back to me, no problem. You know what I mean? He came off as a dick anyway, but I was just like, dude, I have no problem giving you your money back if you don't think that it's leather. Just send it back to me. And that's it. He's like, I'm not sending it back and I still want my money back. I'm like, dude, you're crazy. I'm like, there's no way. So
that ain't happening.
After going back and forth, he just says, you need to send me a partial before I leave my review. And I'm like, oh, check. So I hit up eBay. They go through the messages. They're like, yeah, we don't support this kind of messaging. blah, blah, blah. You're all good. So I basically write him back and I'm just like, send it back to me, get all your money back. I'm not sending you a partial. It doesn't matter what you say. So he's like, I'll just keep it. And I'm like, well, dude, if you don't like it that much, then why would you, you know what I mean? Why would you not?
Why would you just
So,
keep it?
yeah, I talked him down from a negative to a neutral. So it was a freaking win, dude. I was happy with it. Yeah, I was happy with it.
Now, you do not get to keep it and get money back.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
what the
that's
hell?
not,
For the most
Yeah.
part.
yeah, exactly. That's
Not
not
today.
happening. Are you
Not
guys
today.
But
are you
unless I
guys
just
super
unless
sorry.
I just really screw something up.
Yeah.
You know, if I just totally did it wrong and I just want this to be over because I screwed up so bad occasionally.
Yeah.
But
I'm
other
not
than
going to give you $100. Like, there's just no
No.
way. I'll give you a couple bucks, but there's no way I'm going to give you $100. Are you guys super stoked for tomorrow night or what?
Yeah, we're gonna blast it.
Is everything ready? Do you guys have like any final preparations that need to be done?
I'm thinking of pulling some more hats, but I got like 70 ready to go. I got some pretty good ones. Mine will be more tailored towards old truckers and people that like the vintage truckers and the older
Ooh,
vintage
bad.
hats like that. I don't have a ton of sports. I have a here and there, but
I think I'm ready.
You always have some really good truckers.
yeah,
Yes, he does.
I try to save them up and just use them for this. I like
Yeah.
selling them here.
Yeah, I would
I
say
prefer-
those probably do. You'd probably say second best to sports, right?
yeah,
The old truckers.
yeah.
Like, if you had to, like tier all the old sports, the truckers, the newer sports, golf falls in there somewhere, like in probably the top 3, really, because there's so many golf people. But truckers always seem to do really well.
I have placed myself in the men's category, not the golf category. This go round.
Oh yeah. What did I've been getting? Yeah. All I know is that MJG better have that bank account wide open for tomorrow because I know that man. I know that man's about to blow some freaking nickels, dude.
I got a couple of pretty good golf too.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got to show Donnie this one hat. I was telling him about it today.
It's almost that time, Rob. That one's crazy.
Oh yeah, I like that. Are you gonna rip that one on Thursday or tomorrow?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
It's up there.
All right, cool. Is
It's up there
that an
next to
old
the-
one?
It's right there next to the Evil Knievel looking Harley Davidson.
Is that an old one or is it a new one?
No, it's an old one. When's the last time they made Harley cigarettes?
I don't know, but I didn't know if it was just like a little retro throwback or something.
No, here's the tag.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna need that.
Oh, look, you didn't even see this part of it.
I'm gonna need that. Oh, that's gas.
It's pretty sweet. Oh, I got a
Yeah.
Marlboro hat too. A Marlboro Racing. I got to go shape it up though.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of shaping I have to do tomorrow. I got my final soakers. Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you, Steven. I was like, I elected not to wash that the Chiefs diamond cut. There's a little bit of yellowing right here, but after today, I was like, I got through washing a ton of hats, and I think 2 of them had bleed, so I had to like go back and correct it. And just the amount of red that is on that white of the Chiefs hat, I was like, all for just this little bit right here being yellow. I was like, I'm not gonna
It's not even
freaking
worth it.
stress out about.
You're
You
$10. I mean, as long as you say, "Hey, it's got this yellowing on it," I don't think you're going to be $10. I would think maybe
Yeah,
the difference.
Maybe, yeah, because like it's not a hard clean. It's
If
just
you bleed the hell
you
out
have
of
to-
it, it's $40.
well, yeah, exactly. And so I'm like, you just have to be mindful of, and it was so hot outside that the water wasn't cooling down enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like I normally put ice, I normally do hot water, my mixture, mix it up, and then I'll put water with ice in there to make it cold so it limits the amount of bleed. And it was so hot outside, it was just freaking keeping the water hot.
Yes, Donnie. I'll do my hat shaper deal that I always do when I'm
Yeah.
live.
Steven, you need to is that APAC or what was that person's name
APOC.
earlier in the chat? APOC? Are
APOC,
they
yeah.
is that somebody that you know?
No, that's why I was hoping I didn't piss him off because it wasn't directed towards him.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything since I.
Oh, well, if he's still in here by chance, if you
APOC,
go
are
to
you here?
Steven's because he's buying or she is buying a lot of hats. If you go to Steven's Whatnot show tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern Standard, he makes hat shapers, and I mean I have a billion of them, but like hats that will be shaped up really nice. Because some of the hat lots that I've bought, the hats are destroyed, they're flattened or whatever, and he sells these hat shapers that will make your hats look good again. So you're not putting them on a pot or a bowl or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Thank you for the plug, fellas. Let's get
There you go,
to.
right
there you
there.
go. There they
That's
are.
what they look like.
And they're cheap in his show. That's what I'm saying. In his show, they're like stupid cheap. So get them there.
For sure. It's time.
It's time.
I can't hear anything. So.
Drop your favorite cash find.
Can you hear it, Rob?
Raiders keep you informed. Raiders bolos can't be ignored. Bolo finds, bolo prize. Raiders find the bolo prize. Bolo finds, bolo prize. Raiders find the bolo prize.
All right. Mike, you're going first this time since I already have your stuff loaded.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
What do we got
Here we
right
go.
here?
Here we go. Like I said, we did the Flee Across Florida like 2 weeks ago. And this is one of the pickups. These are hiking boots. What's cool about these is you cannot bend your foot in them. They're just super rigid. So they're like when I picked them up, they're heavy and they were awkward. So and then obviously it has the Gore-Tex tag on the outside. So I like them. These are called Vasque, VASQUE. They're leather hiking boots. I think I paid $10 for them. They sold like really quick. I think within a week or so.
Yeah.
For
So the
$85. So
The Gore-Tex tag, basically, if you have a good boot in great
Gore-Tex.
condition, typically you're 70 plus, right?
yeah,
If
Yeah,
you
that's,
got a Gore-Tex tag on it.
yeah,
Oh,
that-
see, Gore-Tex really on anything it
Yeah.
adds value.
yeah. Yeah, the only thing that I've ever picked up Gore-Tex that hasn't really been worth like a good amount is like military trousers. Like they make a lot of Gore-Tex military trousers, and they're like $25, like some of the newer ones. So other than that, like Gore-Tex jackets and stuff like that are always good. But these are cool. They were just interesting because they were so heavy. I was like, oh dude, I was like, I gotta look these up. So that's a good one. And the size obviously is great. A men's 12 is a good size. Next slide. So I put this one in not because it's some insane sale or because that it sold all that fast, but we got this at the bins. Anything like this at our bins, you basically just walk up there and whoever is the cash register person is like, how about $3 or how about, you know what I mean? Like there's never a set price. These type of items don't go by weight. This was, I believe it was 36 inches tall and 31 inches wide. So it was a large painting. We paid $5. We had two of them. We paid $5 for these. This one, the artist on here is is Joe Sambataro. It's Sambataro. And actually some of his paintings do really well. This one was oil on canvas. It was signed. It had the whole like Art Institute thing on the back. The reason I put this one in though is because, like I said, the buy-in price was super low, and Amanda likes this kind of stuff. So we literally hung this up on our wall next to the other one. It probably only took. We've had it less than 3 months, that's for sure. But a lot of people don't buy this stuff because they're afraid to ship it because it's so big and it's weird. And so like that's why I put this one in here, because it's just like it's $5 into $105, and it didn't take up any space. Like we used it in our home, you know.
Did you think about
So-
putting it on Facebook Marketplace?
No, because like we liked it. You know what I mean? So like it wasn't. We didn't need. We were in no rush to get rid of
He
it.
was going to leave it up there till it's sold.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Right.
think
So
that's what's cool.
quick question for anybody that's sitting here looking at this, thinking about this. Now, did you A, scrounge a box for it, or B, did you do like one of the Home Depot picture boxes?
So, the Home Depot, yeah, well, yes, the Home Depot picture boxes were way too big for this. Between the medium, which was way too small, and the large, which was way too big, there were no picture boxes. So this is what I did. I
How much
got
are
in,
those?
oh, dude, like 30 something dollars. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for like picture and near box specifics. So this is what I did. I went to Home Depot. I got an extra large, just regular moving box, right? And it just so happens when you fold it down, it fits perfect. Fits perfect. So I put in a whole bunch of wrapping. I did I put cardboard over the top of that. I wrapped that with like a billion pounds of bubble wrap. And then I made my own cardboard corners for the painting as well. So there's cardboard on top and on bottom. That's bubble wrapped underneath it and bubble wrapped on top of it. And then I made my own cardboard corners. I put it in a box that you would normally fold the flaps in. I just turned it how you would normally buy it, where it's already flat, and there was plenty of space. So I will
I will
report
tell
back
you
to
this.
you next week if the lady calls me or shoots me a message and says, "Hey, this thing arrived in a million pieces." But I did as good of a job as I could have done without having a box that is specifically tailored to
Right. Well, there's no
this.
glass involved, right? It's just the oil and
No,
canvas showing.
just oil and
Now,
canvas.
I will say this. I think, and it's been forever since I've looked this up, but you can buy the corners pre-made out of styrofoam, the big fat gushy ones. I mean, I
Hmm.
think what you did with the box is perfect because, like you say, and if you go to Home Depot, those boxes pre-made picture ones are $20 to $40.
Yeah,
They're easy to use and easy to get and fast to use, but you're going to pay
but
for them. But if you do what
yeah,
Mike did, I think if you look, you can. I mean, if you're going to continue down this road, you may want to invest in some of these. But I think pretty sure they make packs of those corners in bulk.
yeah, that's genius. That was I just tossed that one in because like you can't be afraid to get stuff, and it's not that specific item, but just like things that are outside of the norm. That's like the fourth painting I think that we've sold, the largest one by far. All the other ones have been small,
Well,
but
it's not even that, Mike. When you're sending stuff like that, that memorabilia stuff, that stuff sells like hotcakes. You know
yes,
what I'm saying? And for good money. I
really good
probably
money.
got about $1,500 sitting right there on that wall
Yeah,
if I wanted to put it on eBay. But to ship it, I'd have to do exactly what you did and make
yeah.
sure it was perfectly taken care of. But
Maybe you should after you lose to the Lions like that.
easy now, easy sport,
Yeah,
easy,
hey, y'all
easy,
got y'all
easy sport,
do not miss our pre-recorded pod, please.
easy sport.
Yeah, so that's why I put that in there. I put it in there because you can make stuff work. Not everything has to be 100% perfect. There's plenty of ways to make your own boxes and make stuff work. And that's usually where you can find super good value, is things that are large and people don't feel like shipping it. This one was just awesome, dude. One of my guys at the flea market, he knows me. He bought a storage unit. This was in there. It didn't come with the camera, which is kind of a bummer because that would have been a huge come up. But he came up and he said, "Hey man," he's like, "You always buy cameras from me." He's like, "What about this?" It was not new in the box, but the thing was virtually brand new. Had the box, had everything with it, and he's like $10, and I'm like, all day. This is a Canon. It's a
I
Canon
should have bought
telephoto
this from
zoom
you.
lens. It's the EF75 to 300 millimeter. This thing sold literally. I listed it and it sold like within an hour or two, probably
Yeah,
for
that's
$100
cheap,
plus ship. Yeah.
cheap for that
So
lens.
yeah. So it's like I think most of the comps were around 119 to all the way to 130. So like I said, when you buy stuff for $10, I'll take an hour sales price for 100, no problem, and get it up out of here. So yeah, That's mine. A lot of camera stuff. I will say, just very quick note, if you're not a camera person and you buy camera lenses, because I've already done this and made this mistake, if you're out in a place where, say it's an outside market or stuff like that, or things have not been stored properly, open up the camera lens and look through it, because the outside of the lenses can be very good shape, very nice, but there's little particles of mold that can grow in between the front lens and the back lens, and it's hard to see unless you literally go out and put it up to light and look through it yourself. So
Moldy
just be careful.
lenses.
Yeah, so just be
Yeah.
careful when
It means they got
when
water
you're
in.
buying. Yeah, just be careful when you're buying stuff like that, because the rest of it can look beautiful. Just a little bit of moisture in there, and
Yeah. What happens
you'll-
is they
you'll
get
people pissed
moisture in them, like you're saying, and then they dry over time. That's why they look so nice
Yeah.
to the eye. But if you look through it like you're talking about,
hmm
you will see.
Yeah,
the
I've got burned on a couple really good lenses that I bought too, and I was just new, just an honest mistake, and I didn't know to look through them, and I got
Well,
educated.
you know what? You didn't have a Reselling Raiders podcast to listen to.
Exactly. So
Oh, we're going right into mine. Here we go. Guys, I want to talk to you about shafts. I got to talk to you about shafts.
pause. Oh,
Super stiff.
okay.
All right, so we paused.
All right,
You like
we're
that?
back now.
Okay.
And play.
Shafts. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Everybody's shaft is different. So, what you want to do is your research here, because as you can see, shafts can range from anywhere from cheap, like $80, and that's probably not the cheapest shaft. If you get a little dinky shaft, it's going to be $30, maybe $20, something like that. But if you get some of these really nice top of the line shafts, they can go to the moon. And as you can see right here, the Fujikura, the Velocores are very popular right now. That's a hell of a shaft. That's a $300 shaft. These black private reserve Aerotechs, they are ridiculous. There's another Velocore down here that went for $200. Now that's an extra stiff. That's going to be a hard sell because there's not a lot of people that can swing an extra stiff shaft. So I think it was priced accordingly there.
I usually just
But
tuck
the
mine in
main
my
thing
waistband.
is, may get all uncomfy with the shaft talk. The main thing is to do your research on those. And then I'm going to bring you another golf item here. Swag Golf. Whatever the hell it is, pick it up. Get it as low as you can, and it's always going to bring you money. Anything that has SWAG on it, it's going to look wicked. It's going to sell wicked. Swag Golf is a just gigantic niche brand, and they put out limited lots. So grab it up if you could get it.
Kind of like our boy Scotty, right?
Yeah, except they're
They
on
do
the
limited
wild
stuff
side.
like that.
Yeah, they're on the wild side.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I got several things.
Good ones, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know about Swag Golf.
Oh, ridiculous.
I did sell something Gore-Tex myself. Burton. I had this one for quite a while because I listed it like at the very end of the season last year. It was like March when I listed it. But Burton typically does really well. They do a lot of, I think I put it in here, but Burton does a lot of snowboarding, snow skiing, so like a snow skiing jacket. But Burton, they do a lot of hats too. Sometimes you can get some good Burton hats as well. But really great ski brand right here. Whether it's pants or jackets, the pants can go from $50 to $100, $150 to just depending on it. But really good brand right there.
Nice.
And then I pulled up some of the best-selling hats between $100 and $200 on eBay, and I wanted to get some of these brands maybe we haven't talked about before. I don't think we have talked about this brand, Chrome
Chrome Heart.
Hearts. Yeah,
Wow.
you're really looking for this. Most of the time, it's got this Old English CH on the front, but it can come in all sorts of different styles. But Chrome Heart, and it can be a lot more expensive than $200 as well. You can be up in the $400, $500, $600 range if you come across anything Chrome Hearts
There's a
on
$1
the hat.
million Chrome Hearts truck.
Is there? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a 101. It's owned by this jeweler in New York City. Yeah, but Chrome Hearts is not just, I'm sure you know this, Steven. It's not just hats. Chrome Hearts is a massive, like, insanely popular streetwear brand that's been around for a while. And they have like hoodies, shirts, and jeans. And you find anything Chrome Hearts, also highly faked. So be careful.
Yeah.
But if you find any of that, all of it will command a stupid high price.
Yeah, I've had one Chrome Hearts before. That's it.
How much did you get for it? Do you remember?
$250.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Chrome Hearts is freaking sweet. I've never found it.
And then I wanted to bring up this one too. Rob's going to be leaving in a minute, but almost any time, this is when I find there's like this cross section between Japan and hats. I don't know what it is, but when you find hats that have a Japanese tie, a lot of times the sale price on them are crazy. And then anytime that you find hats that have this weird kind of embroidery on it, it may be different in some way. You want to do it. I mean, you don't find hats with flowers on it every day. I would go ahead and pick it up, especially if you're paying $1 or $2 on that stuff.
Well, they have smiley faces too.
Right. On these?
It's the signature flower of Takashi Murakami.
Right. And I didn't know. I had no idea about that. But I just, in the past, anytime I find strange embroidery, I always pick it up, make sure I look it up. And a lot of times, like you're saying, do you know who Murakami is?
Yes, he is. This is him right here. That's Takashi Murakami right there.
Is he an artist?
He is an artist, and he is famous for his artwork that you see and that I just showed you. His latest big thing for the past few years is he has been with Louis Vuitton, and he's been doing lines for Louis Vuitton. So when you see I don't have anything around me. I have a ton of Louis Vuitton Murakami here at my house. When you see that stuff, it's LV times 10 for the sale. What you have here is the MLB kicked off this year in Japan. They actually played,
right?
Since the Dodgers have what the hell's his name? Ohtani. The Dodgers have Ohtani. They took the series to Tokyo, and they played at the Tokyo Dome, and they did special series of jerseys, and Takashi Murakami did all of them. So they used him as their designer for all of the MLB kickoff series for this year.
I'm pretty sure I've sold some fitted ones and probably underpriced them, because they've had almost this exact same kind of flower design.
Yeah, he literally has several designs. Like if you ever see that panda, that's his too. He's this kind of action right here. Let me see if you can see that action right there. Yeah. So it's like here's the Louis Vuitton stuff. If you guys ever see that pattern, that's his.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's his. That's a wallet that's about the size of my phone. That's going for $225. This right here is at LV right now, and it's $6,000.
Drop in the bucket, dude.
Yeah, $6,000. So Takashi more, believe it or not, the hat's probably not the bolo, but anything Murakami is the bigger bolo.
Right.
So
This is our resident Japanese expert, I will say.
Yeah, that's why I pulled.
I mean,
why
also,
brought it up.
if you remember, my wife and I also sell luxury products, so that's where I know Takashi Murakami from, is from LV. And I will say this: my wife and I were just talking about this last night while we're on it. Right now, they have Louis Vuitton makes playing cards, and the Murakami ones are hot right now. If you can find a playing card with that's got the Murakami print on it, or the panda or anything like that, snatch
Are
it
they
up.
like? Are they like leather?
No, they're actual playing cards. And they're selling right now for like a couple $100 a piece.
People got too much money, dude.
So they look like that. Well, see that?
Wow.
Well, no, what's wild is that they took the Louis Vuitton design and just made it white and pink and a bunch of fruity ass colors, and then they're like,
"Oh, this is
Takashi
great."
Murakami. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like it's the exact same thing. It's just
it's actually it's part of it. You got to see the whole line to understand what the print in that.
To truly appreciate it, Mike, you're gonna have to take a look at the whole line.
Yeah, sorry. I'm that's crazy.
Mike, if you ever see one, bring it home to me.
Yeah.
The last one that I wanted to point out was Pokemon, and I want to point it out because 99.9% of all the Pokemon hats that you find out there in the world are worth nothing. This one happens to be a special edition with the legendary, what is that, Dialga? So the vintage Pokemon can actually be really good, but anything that's like Y2K or 2010s to now, I mean,
you got number one there.
Worthless. Yeah, number one of 200. So,
done.
And there are some other Pokemon that can do really good in the vintage hat world too. Definitely want to look up old Pokemon, but anything 2010 to now, pretty worthless.
Donnie, we're all with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you ever get that problem, give me a call. I got a bunch of those wallets upstairs.
Incredible.
All right. We ready to draw a name?
Let's do it.
Do it.
Hopefully, either Amanda wins because I need another hat shaper because I only have 7 right now, or a pop kapapa or a pop.
I don't think Amanda's even on here.
No, she didn't make the wheel.
No.
Oh,
are we?
All right. Well, then, to be fair, I do want a pop kamama or whatever it is.
I hope APOC. APOC-a-baka.
Apaka.
Here we go.
Oh.
And the winner is
Deb. Deb, what a freaking absolute stud.
See?
Legendary.
Deb couldn't make it tonight, but she is a member.
Yep.
And she'll win anyway.
Has its privileges.
Yeah. Has its privileges.
I don't think I have your address yet, so send me a message. All right. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Remember, we go live every Wednesday night, unless it's a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, which is a possibility too. And until next time, when we talk everything from eBay to whatnot.
Yeah. See y'all tomorrow.